Why does NUMSA want to put the brakes on signing the IPPs so badly?
Well, Joanne, it's multiple reasons, but the top of their reasons and the reasons they submitted to the North Gauteng High Court before Judge Davi Fourie was the fact that there will be thousands of jobs that are going to be lost because of this implementation or because of the signing of these IPPs. Largely, they're saying that these jobs will be lost in the regions of Mpumalanga, but all the while, they also argue that it will actually impact on the whole country, on the sector, because obviously we know that they are saying that because the country still relies on coal, there should be a mix really of renewable energy as well as coal, but saying that they also raise the 1 point, just speaking to the Irvin Jim from NUMSA, Joanne, who says that they are questioning why the timing of the IPPs, because saying there was brakes that were put on the nuclear deal because the surplus in electricity supply right now, and they believe that there is a surplus in electricity once again, and there's no reason why they should be going ahead with the signing of these IPPs, 27 of them. So they seem to believe that massive job losses are on the cards.
This is an interesting thing. They've quoted the figure of roughly 30,000 jobs. We're hearing from analysts that that number covers all of the coal workers around the country, and that we're hearing that NUMSA is simply blowing those numbers out of proportion. Is that true, and do we actually know what number of jobs could be at risk if these IPP signings go ahead?
That's one of the arguments that the representatives of the IPPs, Willem Trentgrove, put forward before Judge Fourie, saying that, well, according to their calculations, these jobs are going to be lost because of the power stations that are going to be closed, not because of the IPPs being put into the mix, but because they've really ran through their time, saying that these jobs are going to be lost, in a region of the next, say, 2 years, up to 2020. Saying that it's not because of the infiltration of this specific energy mix, but it is because of the power stations that are going to be closed over time. So it does seem like they were taking on NUMSA in that courtroom, according to what you're just saying now, with those figures, saying that they cannot just be thumb-sucking these sort of figures as well. They need to be coming here with quantified information, and the information that government is also going on, Joanne, is the fact that 60,000 jobs are going to be created if this signing does go through. I mean, we're talking about the 13th of March was the date that was meant to be the date that they were going to be signing, but that has been put on hold, not only because NUMSA did go to court, but also because the Minister of Energy, Jeff Radebe, also decided that they should really just talk about this and look into how best to deal with it. But on Thursday, we're going to find out what the judge says with regards to, is this going to be an indefinite hold or not?
All right, just one quick question about what the Energy Minister and Eskom have had to say about the goings-on in court, Lirandzu.
Well, Eskom seems to believe that they're caught in a crossfire, saying that they basically implement what the minister is saying. They're saying that, according to them, if the ministry seems to believe that IPPs is the way to go, then that's exactly what they're going to do. They're saying that it's not as if this is an unaffordable option. They do admit that it is an unaffordable option, but yet they're saying it shouldn't be seen as though it's giving weight to the applicants or to the respondents' case. That, of course, is the IPP's case. But on the other hand, the minister is also saying that he doesn't seems to believe there's reason enough for the courts to put the brakes on his responsibility to exercise his executive responsibilities, executive powers, and really implement this and really let the signings go ahead. So the Eskom as well as the ministry seem to be in the same sort of basket with regards to arguing this case. They are of the view that this has to go on. NERSA is also in it, Joanne, saying that as much as they did hold these public consultation processes, NUMSA believes that they were not done properly, and they are believe that there should be, a look into how those processes were done, because they feel that if there's going to be a decision like this, it needs to be done thoroughly. It needs to be done before the eyes of the public, and they feel that that hasn't happened, especially on NERSA's side.
Thank you so much for putting us in the picture. Our reporter Lirandzu Themba live to us from Pretoria.